Thuggin', I'm relaxing with my man.
Speaking of Joel, I got a question. When it comes to Joel, we just got Harden. We seen that game last night.
Right.
They went off, snapping. See some things we could tweak, but if we talking about that ain't. If you're talking about a first debut, I mean,
that was great.
That was great. That was great.
Yeah,
they played well. Great. One of the things would you say? Now we know all the teammates Harden had. Would Joel end up being Harden's best teammate fit wise?
That only depends on how they succeed. That's the point. Because
one of the reasons why I say yes,
end up being his best. He never had a big man like this before.
Right. Well, as far as skill wise, all right. Here's the thing.
I'm talking about fit wise. He played with the best of the best.
Let me finish. As far as the skill set that Joel has, technically Joel will be his best big man. As far as fit wise, for me, that remains to be seen because at that time when he had Dwight, him and Dwight was a serious problem.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, they was off a pick and roll. Dwight had his best one.
Shoot.
I know
Dwight don't have no offensive game.
You're talking about skill.
I'm talking about skill, just
right.
fit.
I'm talking about fit. If you go, because the way because he made Capella look good when he was in Houston.
Yeah.
Because the way Harden likes to play is the pick and roll, the center roll to the big. If he ain't got a shot, he lobs it up the bull.
But that's the only problem. That's what I'm saying. The only reason why they look good because that's all they could do was catch that lob. They didn't have nothing else to bring to the table.
But what I'm saying is. You're still going back to skill. I know that.
We talking about fit.
No, but fit-wise, that worked because Dwight had one of his best careers, seasons in Houston playing with Harden.
Like
Capella like a good center in Houston with Harden.
Like CP and JaVale is a better fit than KD and Kyrie.
Right.
It's not skill. It's just
fit.
how they play off each other.
Fit. Right. So for me with Joel, I have to see how they pan out because Joel is not that type of dude that likes to catch alleys all day.
Right, but he ain't got to. If you ask Joel after that first game, he said it's the most wide open I've ever been.
Right.
As far as the way James is able to, slice through, their pick and roll didn't look the best together.
That's what I'm saying.
But the opportunities he provided to the rest of the
opportunities, right.
Joel can, go here, he wide open basket.
Well, that's why I gotta see if that progress because I ain't going off of one game with Minnesota.
Of course, I'm saying, do you foresee this might end up being based off a Harden skill set, Joel's skill set? Can you see them this being the best pairing together?
For Joel, yes.
For Joel, yeah. For Harden, I don't know.
For Harden, you have to say yes only because KD and Kyrie Irving thing didn't last long enough for us to judge it, to see where it was going to lead to. And even with this is still early. We have to see how far they go and see if they work out the little kinks. You know what I mean? So just from off the first game, you'll say yes. You know what I mean? Because it didn't work with him and CP. You might put that first only because how far they got.
But
you know what I mean?
That was just talent. Yeah. I don't go that with
so, you know what I mean?
That was the
we have to see how the season plays out.
Can you possibly see a Kobe and Shaq type of with them two? Not success wise, not.
I can see a Penny. But how? I can see a Penny and Shaq more so than Kobe and Shaq.
Well, Penny wasn't as lethal as James was.
Well, I'm talking about you going fit. Now, I'm talking about skill. You talking about fit. I'm talking about
like how good it could be, like a level. Like Penny and Shaq one level.
Finals.
Right, that's one level. That level don't compare to Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq's another level.
But that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm gonna put it at Kobe and Shaq level.
Because I think because Harden can take over a game like Kobe can. We didn't see that when Penny and Shaq were together on, far as down the line.
Penny ain't consistent.
He's not consistent.
He ain't consistently good, but don't say he didn't do it.
But Harden, you can see that. You know what I mean? Harden, you can see, if Joel ain't got it going, Harden to take it over.
Unless he has one of those playoff scares like he always
does. We ain't get that far yet. I know, I'm just saying. But that's where you hope Joel step up.
That's when you get one of those playoffs.
I see. Joel maybe had like 3 bad games all year. Like this man.
I know. This year he been yours.
Joel's on a tear this year. Joel's on a real tear this year.
My best thing when it comes to Harden is what he's doing to the other players.
But here's the other thing. What about we keep forgetting Doc and Moses? That pair they had, or Magic and Kareem. That pair they had. Can you see those type of setups going? Because now those two type of pairs won something.
There's a little different because Kareem, you just throw him to the post and you just move out.
True, right.
You know what I mean?
And he had the sky.
And he had the hook. You know what I mean?
All right.
What about Magic early years didn't have a jumper. In his early years,
he still controlled the game.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he didn't have a jumper.
I would compare.
All right, what about Doc and Moses?
Doc and Moses, even though Doc still was on the tail end of his career,
right?
You know what I mean? And Doc, quiet as it kept, his jumper wasn't all that sweet either. You You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can hit it though.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it wasn't all that sweet, you know?
But we ain't compare skill, I'm talking about fit.
I know, I'm just saying though, you know what I mean? But Moses at that time was the right fit.
That's what I'm saying, fit.
For that whole team.
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm staying on the subject of fit.
Chocolate Thunder wasn't the answer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So would you think AI and B would have been a great fit together? Because Harden to me is just AI with a jump shot.
No, he's not.
If you're talking about the offensive skill, how much they can score.
I love AI.
No, I think Harden is more better on offense.
No, I'm talking about the ability to score.
Ability to score,
I'm saying like AI can give you 40 game, Harden can do the same thing.
Here's the thing. Here's where I will definitively, I can't believe I'm saying this, I will definitively put Harden above AI. Harden can score, AI and Harden's scoring, I'm not debating that. Is Harden's ability to know when to pass and how.
Right, I was about to say, and rebound.
Right, how to pass, rebound. AI is, I love him to death. He wasn't the greatest passer in the world. he was more, I'm going to shoot, I miss, I'm going to go back and shoot again.
Like, to defend AI did pass the ball. Them guys just missed shots.
I'm not talking about, no, listen.
I know, I'm saying he's not good at reading.
I'm not talking about.
I know what you're saying. He didn't have that magic.
Right, that's what I mean.
But I'm just saying he did give up the ball. Though.
Yeah, I ain't saying he wasn't a passer. I'm saying the way to read the play like James does. James can almost read the play. Like he developed a whole point guard mentality over the years that he didn't have when he first came to the league, as far as we know. Because he was a two guard when he first came in.
So we have to see how it all plays out. And now talking about Harden, where does your man, if Harden gets a ring, does your man fall at number AI? Does he fall down again?
No.
Because Wade already passed him.
No.
Why not?
Does the AI fall down as far as what?
A notch, 2 guard.
No.
Losing.
What does he rank at 2 guard? Where got he?
Well, with us, it was what? It was Jordan, Kobe, Wade, then AI.
AI, right. James ain't moving that smart.
Kobe,
Wade,
then AI.
Do Harden jump that? I'm talking about only if he win a ring.
No. He has, no.
Nah, because his playoff performances. So
Right,
that's a big. Yeah,
he choked too many times.
AI ain't had the teams to take him over that hump, but Harden had.
And
He was in position to take him over.
Okay.
He choked against the Golden State.
He choked
He
against
choked it again.
And other
San Antonio. San Antonio without Kawhi.
Yeah. He had.
He got 2.
Yeah, he got 2.
He got 3.
He got
He
2 or 3, something like that.
He choked against Golden State twice.
Okay.
And then he choked against San Antonio.
The one was with Paul got hurt.
One was with Paul, the other one was without Paul. He choked. When he had the white.
Yeah, I see. Okay, he got to overcome that. If him and the Sixers go to the championship, the way he does it, that'll put him over AI. It depends how it works.
That's what I'm saying. If you get it
But he got to lead them, not he be the second fiddle and Joel lead.
I'm saying though, even if he's like a co-lead, because this Eastern Conference is better than any AI went up against. Eastern Conference wise. The whole standing of the Eastern Conference for sure.
Not the championship year.
Not championship year. I'm talking about the
finals, not the finals year, not the finals.
Just not the finals year.
Even that, those teams are better. Like Milwaukee is better than what they got one person on those teams. These teams now have at least 2 or 3.
No,
AI team had 3.
No.
I mean Milwaukee had 3.
I'm talking about I'm saying, but besides everybody else, the way the Eastern Conference stacked up now is much harder than the way I had to go through. You can't say that.
Not the championship.
That's not all the other years, but not that championship.
Not that championship year.
Even if you just say that's 1 year, all right, no matter.
Yeah, I know.
No, I know what you said, but not that championship year. The finals though wasn't. Now, if you're talking about
almost every team now is better than that Toronto team. Like, come on, yo. Like, that team ain't crazy. Like, come on, man.
What Toronto team? The one with Vince and
like
50?
Yeah, like, come on, man. Exactly. It was just Vince. Like, that, almost every team.
It wasn't just Vince. It just hit Vince.
For the main point, it was just
Vince. But not the Milwaukee team had 3.
Right.
No, I'm just saying, though.
And then the Indiana team still had Reggie, Jalen Rose, and all them.
Which is cool, but they not beat Milwaukee. Like, come on, man. Like, they not beating the best teams in the East.
Who? Milwaukee? What?
That Indiana team. It's not beating Milwaukee.
See, but you.
I don't think they.
You're basing it off.
I'm talking about a champion team. That's it.
But all right. Here's the problem.
And a healthy next team.
No. Here's the problem, and this is again. This is why I wish I could bring up. Have time to bring up the conversation I had with the both. You're basing that off of what you see now, based off the talent. Based off the talent that they're playing against now, right? Mm-hmm. If you go back to when AI was playing, the same level of threat these teams face the Sixers now, opposed to the Sixers now, those teams back then were seen as that type of level of threat based off the talent back then.
Right.
Based off the talent and the players and the skill sets back then, the level of threat that those teams pose to the Sixers getting to the finals is the same level of, will be the same, considered the same level of threat as these teams now pose against the Sixers getting to the finals.
Well, that's just what the Sixers had. The Sixers lacked everything. They only had, they was.
I give you that Toronto team, but that Milwaukee team with Cassell.
That's what I'm saying.
It's another round. It's another round though. It's 3 rounds. So
I'm just saying. I think that Milwaukee team was better.
I'm saying, who else did they play though?
They played
Indiana, Toronto, then Milwaukee.
then LA.
Indiana won a championship.
Yeah, they went to the team that went to the finals last year.
Never won a championship.
No, that was the team that went to the finals last year.
We gotta go to a team that won the championship.
I'm saying they went to the finals last year. That team went to the finals. They lost the Lakers.
That's cool.
They lost the Lakers.
And winning is 2 different things. Won the championship.
But you still act like Sixers have to go to Milwaukee. Milwaukee get eliminated.
I'm just saying though, if you're looking at the stack team, if you're looking at who they had to go through, even if you go to the individual, the players are just better. Giannis, KD, Kyrie, they better than almost everybody that AI had to go through out of that year. I'm just saying the teams are better. That team potential is better than
Indiana. You're talking about what the talent is now as opposed to talent then.
I'm talking about overall team.
But no, if you talk about overall team, I'm trying to tell you the threat level was still the same level.
Golden State with KD better than every team that AI went up against, besides that Lakers team. Talking about going to the finals, we can say that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But listen, you ain't never right. I agree with that. You ain't never seen a team because you ain't never seen a team constructed with that much firepower.
What I saw,
no. Right, but I'm saying with that much firepower on that squad. Right. That's what I'm saying. We already established that Golden State was one of the most high firepower teams other than Brooklyn when they
I'm talking about the team. What I saw.
Right, but the way
they played, I saw.
Well, the way they played, how they played.
Indiana wasn't that. Like
what Indiana? The one that where Reggie was killing people running off the screens?
No, he was not. They're not that. You saying in general. I said they're not that. Comparing it to them, they're not that.
That's Golden State with Durant. We're not talking about.
That's what I'm saying. I can see that and tell you that they're not that.
Right, I can see that.
So I can do that with the East.
No, I think without Durant though, I think some of them teams would compete. Like I said, the only team I can honestly I will back is Milwaukee.
I'm gonna back Milwaukee. I'm gonna back Indiana because Indiana went to the finals.
Yeah,
they went to the finals last year. I'm back Indiana. The only one
as far as offensive power, that Milwaukee team.
Right, it was a threat. That offensive power was a 3-headed monster.
Did the Sixers end up playing Indiana?
First round.
Before they beat them first round.
No.
Before they
so the Sixers beat them first round.
They beat them first round, but they went down. But they went down 2-0 before AI turned it up.
So they lost to AI by itself. And y'all telling me that. Alright, that's cool.
That's what
I didn't say Milwaukee.
I'm just saying that AI beat
Milwaukee by itself, so they no different. He still beat the teams by itself.
That's what telling me that AI can't beat these. He can't beat this Milwaukee by itself right now. He cannot. He cannot. He will not beat Giannis, Middleton, Drew all by itself.
If he has a team that plays.
If KD couldn't do it, AI can't do it. If KD can't do it, AI can't do it.
If you have a team, well, first of all, KD didn't have no help as far as defense. Then he had no defensive help. Nobody
can't do it. Yeah.
If you give me a defensive team now skill set, a whole defensive team now in this day and age.
I think the defensive team better back then will make it harder for these teams now.
If you got to play, you got to play.
Miami,
if you were able to,
Miami was a defensive team and Milwaukee swept them.
What? Say what? Well, Miami wasn't a fully defensive team.
Just say what?
They were
one of the best defensive teams. They were one. Let's talk about.
They were like top 5.
You're talking about one. Listen, you're talking about one. You're talking about one, like where a team is a defensive team. I'm talking about where you have defensive mavericks, people who that was their specialty. That was what right. That's what they specialized in across the board. No matter like offense was a bonus. They specialized in being defenders, stoppers, hard-nosed defenders.
This Miami team is good as far as switching.
Right.
They're like when it comes to switching, trying to get an open shot, they like right there.
So what I'm saying, so you're saying now, I'm saying
you think you open, they run right there.
If you give me a team of defensive mavericks now, like Ben Simmons defensive skill wise, Jeremiah Green, Patrick Beverly, you give me those type of defenders, a whole team built like that, and you give me AI, I will ride.
I know, but we talk about that Sixers team. Like they had besides their centers, everybody else were good defenders. They're not the best of all time. Look down, they were good defenders and solid what they role is.
They were defensive mavericks.
They were their role. No, they were good at that role. I'm not calling mavericks. They weren't elite defenders.
George Lynch was considered a defensive maverick.
Right, but he's not considered elite. Right, but they're not considered elite defenders. No, they're not considered elite defenders.
At that time.
At that time they were. Now no, but at that time they were.
They were good defenders. They were not elite defenders.
They were considered elite.
You know what elite defenders are?
Yes.
But no, listen. Honestly, back then, They wasn't even using that word, to be honest, back then.
But y'all
I'm just saying, back then
They called him defensive average.
So
yeah, they weren't saying.
Is Eric Snow
That starts
is Eric Snow as Pippen defensively? No. Is he good at Kawhi defensively? That's elite.
But hold on,
Kobe,
stop.
They're not on that level. They're not on that level.
I gotta think about
No, he said Eric Snow.
Yeah,
He didn't say George Lynch. George Lynch, yes.
I'm responding to Eric Snow.
All right, but Eric Snow, I told him I put Eric Snow. That's why I said Patrick Beverly, because I put Eric Snow on a Patrick Beverly type defense.
Yeah, if he's guarding somebody your size.
That's why I said I would put Eric Snow on.
But what I would say that Patrick Beverly is on all-time defense on the Defensive Player of the Year awards. He's ranked on there. George Lynch ain't ranked on there. Like, so the league ain't see what y'all saw. They might say he was a good defender, but he wasn't that. He was never in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
The reason why I say that.
So they good. I think we spiced it.
His career wasn't publicized more than Beverly because Beverly's been on championship teams that should have been to the championship. You know what I mean? He was more in the spotlight than George Lynch was.
George played for
you know what I mean? Before, the teams that he were on weren't up there.
I know, but there's nothing more in the spotlight than going to the finals.
That was only the 1 year.
That's what I'm saying. But he wasn't ranked that year.
He was hurt.
I'm just saying. So after that, you go to a championship team. They now following him
after that.
I'm saying, but they're not following him. Like
no, because he got hurt. Two weren't really on.
He did, and then he fell off. After that injury, he fell off.
I think we spiced him, but we saying Jordan Lynch being an elite defender. I think
he was considered an elite defender.
They had him guarding power forwards, which wasn't his position.
Right.
That was the problem.
That's fine. But we thinking of elite. I'm talking about you gotta be in the run.
He was good. He was holding his own against power.
Hold your own, but you gotta be in the running.
Part of the reason why we say
you gotta be to be elite.
No, part of the reason why they said the Sixers lost is that because we didn't have him to guard Kobe in the finals.
I mean that's fine. They said the same thing when the Boston had Perkins or something like.
Right, Perkins to guard.
But he's not elite.
But he was a good enough defender to cause problems in the spot.
Right, and that's what George was good enough, not elite.
He was considered defensive man. And the point I'm trying to, and you're still talking about how we consider elite. The difference is now you don't have specialty players no more other than shooting. You don't have nobody who's really defense specialist. You got maybe a couple.
There's a few. There's a handful.
Yeah, there's a handful. It's like a good handful.
Yeah.
Where that team was specifically structured off of people who were specialized in playing defense. They specialized in being defenders. That was
everybody had a role. You rebound, you
that was your skill set. Offense was a bonus. Period. There wasn't nothing about it. Offense was a bonus. If you got an offensive bucket out of them, great. Like, yo, you got a good day.
Right. If you had the Davis brothers in, you ain't looking for them to score.
Right. What I say is
rebound and play D.
Look at Tyronn Lue. What was he out there for?
To get back to the overall point, what I was saying is they had a harder Eastern Conference because the Eastern Conference is like 4 contenders now. But people were saying they could win a ring.
I mean, for the record, if you want to be technical for the record, this will be the first year where all the teams,
right, everything, right. This is right.
The teams are good.
Now that I will say, for once in the NBA career, this is where a team where it's wide open. Everybody got a shot.
Yeah, that's why I think during that year, all them teams was a threat.
Well, I'm talking about
2001.
I'm talking about when we got Harden, so I'm going from this year. Like, I'm not going from the past. I'm not going to Eastern Conference in total because we was going back to saying if Harden went out of this. What does that put him at?
I'm just about to see. That's what I'm saying. It's so wide open now. You can't honestly say that. All right, he has if he gets past them, that marks him nothing. No, because the league is so wide open. Everybody got a shot now.
That just makes it tougher because you could lose to anybody. Like you're not an overwhelming favorite. When LeBron was with Kyrie,
but that's only this year is all I'm saying.
No, I know, but we talking about Harden.
Yeah.
Harden came to Philly this year, so we're talking about like when.
Okay, but here's a question. All right, but I compare it like this. What would you give it more credit to? Harden winning the championship this year, going through these teams, or Harden winning the championship going against that juggernaut of Golden State team?
I would more go to if he do it with the Sixers, just because his own.
No, I'm saying what he goes through to win that championship. If you're saying you go talking about him going through this whole Eastern Conference, wherever he plays in the finals, he wins, or him going through a different Eastern Conference, but have to go through that juggernaut Golden State team to win the finals.
Between different Eastern Conference, like who?
Just say it's not as wide open as it was. Just.
Is there a favorite?
Yeah, it's gonna be favorites. It's gonna be teams, but it's not as wide open as.
It's hard because I don't know who. I need a team. I need to know who the players are.
All right, the White Orlando, Cleveland, LeBron.
Mm-hmm. Those two are in there. If he goes, is that more impressive if he goes through that?
Right.
Or is he more impressive if he goes through this right there?
Right.
I still gotta go with this circumstances. He only got 20 games with his team. He gotta fit it in, coming through from what he coming through. It's more the circumstances with me than just the teams. Like 20 games left, you gotta figure this out. And you got to beat established teams. Miami's established as far as they've been together forever.
Eight.
Yeah, Boston's established. Everybody's established. So it's like
really all 10.
Yeah, so we got to really put it together on the fly versus teams that have been doing this for 3-4 years. It's going to be pretty tough. But
Hey, yeah, thuggin', I'm relaxing with my man.